All right, today it's the weekend. We want an easy breakfast, but we want something that's delicious. That's why we're going with the breakfast sandwich. I mean, inside on this sandwich, when you cook that yolk like that, and you get it just right, it's a beautiful thing. You know that bite's gonna be really good. Little history on the breakfast sandwich. Not an American food. This also comes from England when we think about the sandwich in general, from Earl of Sandwich. Breakfast sandwich was, like a lot of foods, built for convenience. It was made on a BAP roll. Have no idea what that is, but I looked it up to see where this came from. And it would have a little meat, a little egg, and sometimes a little cheese. And this was a grab and go kind of sandwich for these factory workers in the mornings. So that's where breakfast sandwich came from. It then crossed the Atlantic, right? Came to the States. And we do what we do. We get crazy with it. We come up with all kinds of variations of this food, the breakfast sandwich. All right, I'm gonna show you 3 breakfast sandwiches that work really well. Kind of give you some variations on bread as the vessel, meats, cheeses, in every sandwich. Oh yeah, it's gotta have some kind of lubrication, Mike. And so a sauce, some kind of, well, I'm not gonna give it away. You'll see what I put on these 3 sandwiches. Let's get into it. It's a Saturday morning, gotta have a little coffee as we're getting going. Just made this with the V60. It's a coffee from Rwanda, and it's actually my first time having this coffee. It's from a local roaster here, Lube Roast. Like their coffees, they do a good job with their roast levels. This is a light to light medium roast. It's a washed coffee, and if you're not into coffee, man, you should be. The first sandwich we're gonna make this morning, let's talk about the ingredients that we have in this. Our bread, bread, the vessel. To me, the meats and breads and cheeses all have to go together to make a great sandwich. Now, I'm not saying you can't just throw something together that you're not thinking about and it's still gonna be tasty, but if you got a little time, you wanna put a little thought into it, I think the ingredients, how you combine these matter. So what we're gonna do for our first sandwich, our bread is gonna be a croissant, right? Nice and light and fluffy, should be a little buttery. We're gonna go with some shaved Black Forest ham. I got this shaved at the grocery store there in the deli, pretty thin, as thin as they could go. And then we're gonna go with some Swiss cheese. And the style of egg on this sandwich is going to be kind of a soft scramble is what we're going to do. And you got to have lubricant. You don't want a dry breakfast sandwich. So we're going to go with a little mayonnaise on this. We're going to have 3 different lubricants for, I like saying that, sorry. 3 different lubricants for great flavor as you eat it. Shouldn't have said that. 3 different lubricants on 3 different sandwiches. So I'll reveal those as we start to make the sandwiches. Let's get into this one. Okay, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start getting our eggs. This is gonna be kind of a soft scramble, a medium scramble, not a hard scramble. So we're gonna do 2 eggs on this sandwich. Gotta have the cayenne pepper. I mean, good for you and adds a little kick, a little flavor. I like it. A little pepper, because you do have to season your eggs, duh, right? Everybody knows that. Optional on a scrambled egg would be water or milk. I like a little richness to it, so we're going with some heavy cream. All right, we grab a whisk and we whisk this up. You can see I'm wearing a Mizzou shirt, man, college football kicking off today. Border War, Missouri, Kansas this afternoon. Gonna be a fun one. The next thing we're gonna do is we are going to get our crescent roll. All right, we pick out what we think is a pretty good crescent roll. We've got our eggs about ready to go in the pan. So what I'm going to do is grab my skillet, turn that on, get it to like a medium. I'm gonna take my crescent roll. I want it to be a little warm. Same with the ham. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna warm this up on the Kamal back here on the oven on both sides, then we'll slice it, lather it up with a little mayo, and get it ready to go. So let's get it on the Kamal. And here we're just trying to, I got it on kind of a low heat because I just want to kind of get this warmed through. I'm not trying to really toast it or anything. I just want the bread to be warm. All right, while that's going, I'm just going to drop a little splash of olive oil in the pan. And again, I don't like cold meats on my sandwich. I mean, you know, bacon and sausage always going to be cooked. Ham, a lot of times people just pull it out of the fridge and just put it on. I don't like doing that. I like to give it a little kiss of heat. So that's what we're going to do first. We're going to get this ready to go. A few slices in here. We're just going to kind of warm it up. I don't know, 3. Let's ham this baby up. Let's go 4. It's not going to take much, just to give it a little kiss of heat. It'll also, you know, kind of warm up and release some of that hammy flavor, right? Those juices. All right, we're just going to take this off. Put it right here on a plate. I did warm up that plate in microwaves. Pro move right there. Warm up the plate. I don't want to pull out warm ham or any kind of warm and throw it on a cold plate, right? That's just going to bring the temp down. All right, I don't think this is controversial, but I'm going to go a little more olive oil for the scrambled eggs, and then about a tablespoon of butter, or a little less. Gotta get some more butter in here. But I'm an olive oil and butter guy with my eggs. My wife hates that. She wants just to spray. Hate the spray for cooking eggs. I like a little more flavor in there. Okay, let's go in with our eggs. I'm a rubber kind of spatula guy when I cook my eggs. And then it's just getting it going. It's not going to take long. Take that off. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to turn this off. And we can finish that. That's how fast that is. That's what she said. Whoops. All right. We're just going to let this finish. Another sip of coffee. Just puts you in a good mood. Let's grab our bread. Let's start preparing this bad boy. Let's get a knife. Oh yeah, bread is nice and warm. I'm going to give this just a quick flip. And I think what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and just slice this all the way through, because a croissant is so delicate. I want to be kind of gentle with this. There we go. We've got some Swiss cheese here, but first things first, we got to lather this baby up. And believe me, I know some of you are looking at me right now going, what the hell are you doing? And I'm adding flavor, and I'm adding some creaminess, you know, something that doesn't make a breakfast. Sometimes a breakfast sandwich can be too dry. And so you got to have lubricant all the time. I mean, nobody wants to get in there. There's no lubricant. I can't help myself. Sorry. All right, let's build this bad boy. Let's grab our ham, and we're just going to, look, there's still a little steam coming off there. Nice. Nice. And then let's go with the little 1 slice of Swiss. Going to break that in half and just kind of layer that on there. And then we're going to go with our egg. Like that. Another slice of thinly sliced Swiss. And then we're going to top that bad boy with that. All right, we got the top on. I'm a fan of cutting a breakfast sandwich like this in half on this type of bread. So let's be gentle. Oh yeah. Who doesn't think that looks pretty good? All right, let's take a bite. I mean, I always say I know it's going to be good. That's a good looking sandwich. Yeah, you know, that just really hits. The butteriness, the lightness of the bread. The ham and Swiss work really well together. Nice little well-cooked scrambled egg. And the mayo, you may not think it, it's a big add. It makes a big difference. Really brings alive the sandwich. Really like that. All right, I'm just going to do a quick little pickup, and then we'll get on to sandwich number 2. Breakfast sandwich number 2. It's going to be the BEC, right? The bacon, egg, and cheese. This is a classic American sandwich. You know, very versatile with the breads here. I'm going sourdough. I like the flavor of a sourdough bread. I've got, in our grocery store, we have a fresh bakery, so they've baked and sliced some very good sourdough, so we're using that. Got to have the bacon, of course. I use the Joshua Weissman method for cooking the bacon. If you don't know what that is, you cook it in the oven. You put it on a cookie sheet, you put the bacon down, you fire the oven up to 425. Well, let me say it this way. You put the bacon in cold, then you turn the oven on to 425, set the timer for 30 minutes, and this is what you get. This is my first time doing the bacon, his method. Kind of liked it. I just think either my temp was too high or my time was too long, one or the other. It's a little bit over what I like. Still gonna work. This would be the sweet spot for my wife. She would absolutely dig this bacon. So that's how we cook the bacon. The cheese we're gonna use, man, it's a great cheese, Munster cheese, a very good melting cheese, great flavor. A lot of people might want to use on this sandwich the Kraft American Single. Got no issue with that. You know, here, this sandwich to me is a little more versatile. You could kind of play with the bread and different things, but this is what I'm going with today. And you know we got to have the lubricant. If you haven't had apple butter, you're missing out. And apple and bacon just go really well together. So apple butter is going to be our lubricant for this sandwich. I love saying that. I don't know why, I just do. Lubricant. Okay, on the last sandwich, we cooked our egg with a scramble. This one, we're gonna do it with a over medium kind of egg. We want that yolky creaminess, but we still want it to hold together a little bit. We want that flavor to hit our palate, not our arms and down and into the plate and whatever. So first thing we're gonna do, let's get our bread and get this toasted. Again, we're just gonna toast one side of our sourdough. I'm gonna put just a little bit of olive oil, a little extra flavor, give it a nice texture on the side we're toasting. And let me know in the comments, what's your favorite breakfast sandwich combination? Are you a bacon, sausage? Are you a ham person? Or is there another protein that you like with your egg and your cheese? And tell me how you build it. In the comments, let me know how you build your favorite. I know it's kind of fluid, what you're in the mood for, but you know, if I'm making you pick, what would you go with? If I had to give you one choice, one sandwich, how you building that breakfast sandwich? Let me know in the comments. Okay, our second piece of toast is about to finish. This is what we're looking for. Just a little nice toasty kind of texture to it, a little golden brown. I do flip it, no oil on this side or anything, but just to get another little bit of texture there. All right, this egg is going to be over medium. Same way we're gonna do it. A little olive oil and a little butter. All right, let's take an egg. Crack that bad boy right in there. All right, let's come in and season this. A little salt, or excuse me, a little pepper. We will do a little salt. And again, just like salt and pepper, cayenne pepper must go on. All right, our second piece of bread is off, our toast. It's looking good. Now we're just going to break that yolk, turn that over, and from here, we're just going to turn the heat off and let that sit for a minute, and it'll finish cooking. Let's make sure we don't have any whites. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's build. The lubricant for this one, God, is, man, apple butter. If you've never had it, freaking delicious. The cheese on this one is our Munster cheese. Then we're gonna go in with our bacon. And we're gonna go one more piece of cheese on that bacon. It's gonna melt and get it all to hold together really well. On goes our egg. And we're gonna flip top piece of toast right on top. I'm gonna give that a little push. See that butter and stuff come out, that yolk come out. All right, let's grab our knife. Give this a cut. And let's see what this looks like. Oh yeah. I mean, inside on this sandwich, when you cook that yolk like that, and you get it just right, oh, it's a beautiful thing. You know that bite's gonna be really good. That is a good looking sandwich right there. I mean, you just can't wait to go in and take a bite. So let's do that. That is fucking good, man. That is a good sandwich. That hits the toastiness of the bread, that apple butter with the bacon, and then you got this egg and this kind of salty, melty cheese in there. That's a fantastic sandwich and easy to make. Okay, that's just the bomb right there. I mean, it doesn't get much better. I know I'm cooking it. I know you're going, yeah, dude, what reaction for YouTube. It's really a freaking delicious sandwich. You're not going to be disappointed that. Talk about easy to make. Bacon in the oven, you walk away for 25 minutes and it's done. Then all you're doing is frying an egg and toasting some bread and building a sandwich. You deliver this to anybody in your family, any friends you have, they're going to say thank you. Thank you very much, because that's one of the best breakfast sandwiches I've had. It's that good. Sourdough, I know the bread's versatile, but it may be the way to go. It works with this sandwich. All right, we still have one more sandwich that we're doing. This is kind of the heavy kind of sandwich, if you will. So let's clean up here real quick. We'll be right back. Let's start that third sandwich. All right, we're on to our final sandwich. This is our third sandwich. Let's talk through what we're doing to make this sandwich. So first of all, let's talk about our meat. Sorry. We're going to use our sauce. We're going to use sauce. Can't help myself. We're going to use sausage. Jimmy Dean's my guy. I know you can use Bob Evans. I mean, pretty much any kind of breakfast sandwich would work. We're going to make a sausage patty, right? This is going to be the protein, the meat in this particular sandwich. And when I think patty, you know, in that hamburger style, that's where I'm going bun. So we're going to do brioche buns as the vessel, the vehicle for this sandwich. We're going to do a sausage patty, Colby and Monterey Jack cheese. We're going to do, of course, a combination of egg here. Here's where we're getting a little fun, right? We're going to do one egg scrambled, and then we're going to do that same egg as we did the last time, that over medium kind of egg, and put that on top. So we're getting eggs two ways on this sandwich. Then we got to talk about our lubricant again. This one, and again, try these. They work. Delicious. This is going to be strawberry jelly, strawberry jam that we're putting on this one. And it works. Had this one several times. Absolutely delicious. If you're a sausage guy, you kind of get that breakfast sausage, a little bit of spice. This fruity sweetness really works and balances that out. They work. They're a good team. They really are a good team together. So that's our lubrication for this sandwich. Let's get into it. All right, got a little carbon steel just kind of warming up. I'm just going to put a splash of olive oil in there. I'm going to get some gloves on. I got that hot already. I'm trying to still get used to this burner. Not cooking on the stove behind me. It's an adjustment. It's a little learning. So it's got a little hot, so I'm going to turn that off. And then let's grab some kitchen scissors. We're just going to open this up. Going to make a hole. We're going to squeeze our meat. Said it in the last video. I thought I'd say it again. And we're going to go about there. Set that to the side. Now all we're going to do is form our patty, right? Boom. That's how easy it is to make a nice sausage patty. I don't know about you guys, but here in Houston, I can't find like breakfast sausage patties for a sandwich, or a nice big one. I get these little ones. That doesn't work. So I always buy the packet of sausage like this, and then I form it myself. There we go. Down she goes. When we put our sausage in the pan, it's going to bring that heat down, so we're going to fire this back up. Get that on a little bit. Let that go. Breakfast sausage like this, it's already seasoned and everything. I'm not doing anything to this, just going to get it cooked, and then we're going to start building our sandwich. What we're going to do next is get our toast going, our bread going. We got to toast these buns. Who doesn't like their buns toasty? Let's see here. I'm going to be a little picky and pull a couple of these out. I kind of like the way this one's looking, so I'm going to go with that one. Gotta like brioche bread, that enriched kind of bread. It is so good. Just going to put a little olive oil. Now, you could use mayonnaise. I do that a lot too, but something about that olive oil flavor that I just like. So I'm just going to put that on like that. Let's go get our buns toasty. All right, got them on the Kamal. We're just going to let these go for a few minutes. Get them nice and toasted, golden brown. We'll pull these off. Hopefully our sausage will be close. We'll fry an egg. We're gonna get ready to build this sandwich. All right, while we're waiting on the sausage and the bread, let's go ahead and get our scrambled egg. Since we're having eggs two ways, let's get our scrambled one going. Let's go in with a little splash of cream again. A little pepper. A little pinch of salt. And probably the greatest seasoning that was ever found and discovered, cayenne pepper. All right, let's check this sausage. I can smell it, so I think I'm getting a little bit of a, oh yeah, look at that crust. So I just turned the oven on. What I'll do is let this get a nice crust on this side. I'm gonna throw it in the oven and let it finish in there to cook through. Had it on already for the bacon cooking, so it's still pretty warm. All right, let's whisk this egg. By the way, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for the channel. It really helps me out. I really appreciate it. Hit the like for the video. Hit that notification bell. We'll let you know when we put out new videos. Means a lot. Really appreciate it. At like 590 something, trying to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark. So if you guys don't mind, click it. All right, our bread is looking really good, so we're gonna get ready to cook our scrambled egg, get our bread off, and our sausage is about done as well. So we'll get ready to start building this sandwich. Got our buns looking nice and toasty, so we're gonna leave those right there. Tell you what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a slice of cheese, put it in the oven on the piece of sausage so we can get that melted a little bit. What we can do is apply the lubrication. Let's grab a knife. Let's go with this strawberry jelly. I know you guys are going, that's freaking weird, dude. What are you doing? Listen, like being a little kid and being real picky and not wanting to try things. Like your mama said, just try it. Just try it, because I'm telling you, you're going to put in the comments on a video and go, okay, dude, I was wrong. That's freaking delicious. And it's my new go-to move, right, for a breakfast sandwich. Our pan is looking pretty good. I think we can get these eggs in and get them going. And while those kind of get set up, I'm going to grab the sausage out of the oven and let it finish here on the stovetop. Yeah, that's what we wanted. I mean, when you talk about cheese coverage, you put a piece on like that, you let it come around. That's where you get that coverage. That's looking really good. We're getting close, ladies and gentlemen. Gets a little cooler, we can do this out back on the flat top. Man, it's just too damn hot here in Houston still. So once this comes out, it's going to go right onto our base here. I'll get some more oil and butter in there. We're going to get that fried egg going because the sausage will be ready to come off, go on here. We're going to be ready to go for this sandwich. This is a big hearty sandwich. This might not be the sandwich for everyone. But if you're in that mood where you want one sandwich and you want something that's just going to kind of fill you up and make you feel like, man, I just ate something, this might be your sandwich. All right, let's get our eggs. Boom, right like that. Gonna get our sausage patty right like that. All right, let's grab this egg. Put her right on top. Tell me that doesn't look good. Slide off. Oh, catch it. Catch it. And a little adjustment. Boy, it's a nice save. All right, let's top this. Let's give her a little push, see if some of that yolk come out. I don't typically cut a sandwich like this, but I think, you know, for YouTube reasons, I probably need to. So let's go down right in this seam of this brioche bun and see what we think. Oh yeah. All right, that's our final sandwich. That let me grab a fork, a spoon, fork, and kind of control this. This is why I don't cut it, right? You don't want these little pieces. But look at that. Look at that sandwich. That is nice. Let's go in for a bite of this one. I'm telling you, all three sandwiches without the lubricants that we put on, the spreads would be great. But you add those and you just take it up a notch. I mean, this is a delicious sandwich. That strawberry jelly with that bit of that breakfast spice on that breakfast sausage, with the creaminess of the yolk of the egg, a little more egg on the bottom for some texture. Really great sandwich. And a brioche bun, perfect vehicle for a breakfast sandwich like this. Let me know in the comments which one you think would be your favorite sandwich. I know it kind of subjective, kind of mood might drive what you want on a weekend, but these three, seeing them made, picking from this video, let me know in the comments which one would you want. All are delicious, can't go wrong. I would say try them all on some Saturday. You won't be disappointed. All right, that's it for this video. Really appreciate you guys watching, and can't wait to see you guys on the next one. Take care.